Abraham Lincoln remains one of the most celebrated figures in American history, a leader whose legacy continues to shape the nation's ideals of democracy, freedom, and equality. His remarkable journey from a humble log cabin in Kentucky to the highest office in the land is a testament to perseverance, intellect, and moral courage. As the 16th President of the United States, Lincoln faced the nation's greatest crisis, the Civil War, and emerged as the unifying force that preserved the Union while ending the inhumane practice of slavery. Born in 1809, Lincoln's early years were marked by hardship and self-education. With limited formal schooling, he developed an insatiable appetite for reading, often walking miles to borrow books. His legal career began in Illinois, where he earned a reputation as an honest and persuasive lawyer. However, his passion for justice and governance led him into politics, first as a legislator and later as a congressman. Though his early political career had its ups and downs, he rose to national prominence during the Lincoln-Douglas debates of 1858, where his eloquence against the expansion of slavery captivated the public. Lincoln's election as president in 1860 triggered the secession of Southern states, plunging the nation into a devastating civil war. While his leadership was initially questioned, he demonstrated resilience and strategic thinking, balancing political maneuvering with unwavering moral conviction. The Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 was one of his most defining acts, transforming the war into a moral crusade against slavery. Though it did not immediately free all enslaved people, it paved the way for the 13th Amendment, which would permanently abolish slavery in the United States. Throughout the war, Lincoln exhibited a rare ability to connect with ordinary citizens and soldiers alike. His speeches, including the Gettysburg Address, remain some of the most powerful words ever spoken in American history. In just a few minutes, Lincoln redefined the war's purpose, reinforcing the ideals of democracy and human equality. His leadership was not merely about military strategy, it was about shaping the soul of the nation. He understood that preserving the Union required not just defeating the Confederacy but also healing a deeply divided country. Despite facing immense criticism, political opposition, and personal grief, including the death of his young son, Lincoln never wavered in his commitment to the Union. His ability to navigate complex political landscapes while maintaining an unshakable sense of justice is what made him a transformative leader. His second inaugural address, delivered in 1865, embodied his vision for national reconciliation, urging Americans to move forward, with malice toward none, with charity for all. However, just days after the Civil War ended, Lincoln's life was tragically cut short. On April 14, 1865, he was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. His death plunged the nation into mourning, but his legacy endured. The Reconstruction period that followed sought to rebuild the nation, though Lincoln's absence left a void in the effort to unify the country. Today, Lincoln's impact remains profound. His dedication to justice, equality, and democracy continues to inspire leaders across the globe. His words are studied in schools, his life is analyzed by scholars, and his principles are upheld as guiding beacons of American identity. Monuments in his honor, including the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., serve as reminders of his enduring influence. His belief in government, of the people, by the people, for the people, still resonates, reaffirming the fundamental ideals upon which the United States was founded. More than a century and a half after his passing, Lincoln's story remains relevant. His life is a lesson in resilience, morality, and the power of leadership in times of crisis. In an era where division and uncertainty still persist, his example offers hope and guidance. Abraham Lincoln was not just a president, he was a symbol of the nation's highest aspirations, a reminder that leadership rooted in justice and unity can withstand even the darkest of times.